Hi everyone, welcome back. If you are doing data analysis with Python and using Pandas for the same, then today's topic is a must know. It's group by function in Pandas. Whether you are analyzing sales data, working with user behavior or summarizing logs, group by is your best friend. We will cover everything from basic to advanced. But before that, let's import the necessary Python packages and the dataset that we'll be working on in this particular session. Now let's import Pandas and NumPy. We are going to read Superstore dataset. It is basically a sales transaction dataset. And here I am calling limited number of the columns which we are going to use in this particular exercise. Now let's get some information about our dataset. So there are 9,994 records. There are 14 columns and you can see the data types for each and every column. Here I am going to apply some basic cleaning of our column names. And now let's see how our data looks like. So you can see here, we have order ID, order date, ship mode, customer underscore ID, customer underscore name, segment, city, state, region, category, subcategory, sales and profit. So as a concept, group by is used to split the data into groups, apply some aggregation or transformation, and then combine the result. So here we have a Superstore dataset, and let's say we want to know the total sales of each region. How we can do that? It's pretty easy. Let me create a new dataset called region underscore df dot, and I'm going to call the group by function. And since we want to aggregate the sales at region level, I'm going to mention here group by at region level. And I want to have the total sales. I'm going to call the sales column and the aggregator function sum. Let's run the code and let us see how the output looks like. Region underscore df, and you can see here central region is 501k, east region sale is 678k, south region sale is 391k, and west region sale is which is the max is 725k. Now let's say, what if we want to see the total sales by region and category? Now let's create a new data set called region underscore category. We'll call our data frame df. Now in group by function, we will pass a list because there are multiple variables. One is region and the second one is category. Now let's pass sales column and do the sum on it, as we want to see the sales by region and category. Let's see the output, region underscore category. And you can see here we have got the sales by region and category. For example, central sales for furniture category is $163,797, whereas for West technology is $251,991. Now let's see the type of the data frame. It is actually a series, not a data frame. That is one thing which you guys have to note that. And the second is the output is a multi-index. So to make it more readable, how we can do that? What we can do is, there are multiple ways. Region underscore category, region underscore category dot reset underscore index. That is one way. The other way is region underscore category pd dot data frame, and then you could have passed this as the series as a and convert it into a data frame. So both these methods will work for you. And then there is another method which I am going to discuss later on, but let's see this one because we have already discussed about recent underscore index method in the previous sessions, as well as we have also seen how you can create a data frame by using pd.dataframe method. Now let's see how the output looks like. Now let me print the output, and you can see here region, categories, both of them are new variables, and you can see central, category and sales values are here. And let me show you the type, region underscore category. Oh, my mistake. So here you can see this is the data frame, and this output looks more readable. Now there is a parameter called as underscore index equal to false within the group by function, and the output will be a pandas data frame. Let me show you that. So you can see here, when I have passed this parameter as underscore index equal to false within the group by function, the output is a pandas data frame. I do not have to make any further changes like reset underscore index, or I have to create a new data frame altogether. So this is the way we will not have a multi-index output, and we will get the output which is more readable. Group by really shines when you want to apply multiple aggregations. So till now you have seen that we have calculated total sum of sales for region or region by category. However, let's say you want to have min, max, standard deviation and the total sum of the sales by region category. How we are going to do that? Let's do that example. Region underscore multi. Let me call the data frame df group by, and let me pass here region, and then we are going to call a new method called ag, and then I will pass a dictionary. I have called my variable where I would like to apply all these aggregations, which is sales, and then I will pass a list of the aggregation method which I would like to get an output for. For example, sum, min, max, mean, standard deviation. Let's run the code. Let's see the output, region underscore multi. And here you can see you have got a data frame where you have got multiple aggregation, where we have used multiple aggregations, and you have got the value here. For region central, the total sum value is 501k, minimum sales value is 0.44, whereas the maximum sales value is $17,499, whereas the mean sales value is $215, and the standard deviation is $632.78. Now, if you will see here, the naming convention is not very clean, right? So let's say if you want to name them properly, how we can do that. So region underscore multi dot columns, it will give you a multi-index. Here you can see this is sales, and then you can see here the combination is sales sum, sales min, sales max, and so on. Now what we can do here is ag underscore df, region underscore multi dot columns equal to, let's say, total underscore sales, min underscore sales, max underscore sales, mean underscore sales, and std underscore sales. Now let's see the output, region underscore multi, and you can see here we have got a data frame, but here region is an index. So to fix this, we can call reset underscore index, drop equal to false, in place equal to true. Now let's see the output, region underscore multi, and you can see here a neat output you have got, which is more readable, and you can see region as a variable now, total underscore sales, mean underscore sales, max underscore sales, mean underscore sales, and standard deviation underscore sales, std underscore sales. So this is how you can create a data frame with custom columns. In the previous example, we have seen min underscore sales and max underscore sales by region. But let's say we want to calculate the range. What it means is the difference between the max sales value and the min sales value by region. However, that particular function is not available in Pandas by default or in NumPy. So in that particular case, we have to create a custom function, and then we are going to apply that custom aggregate function on sales variable, and that is how we are going to calculate the range of sales by region. Let's see how we are going to do that. df range underscore sales x. It's a very simple custom function. You can create any sort of the custom function. Here I just wanted to give you an example how we can create a custom aggregate function, and how we are going to use it into the group by method, and then see the output. X dot min max, sorry, x dot max minus x dot min, and we have created our range underscore sales custom aggregate function. Now region underscore range equal to df dot GroupBy. Let's call our region variable, and let me call ag sales, and let me pass mean and our custom function, which is range underscore sales. Let's run the code. Let's see the output, region underscore range, and you can see here this is an output which we are getting region, mean value, and the range, which is the difference between the max and min value. And you can verify that 17,499.950, if you will subtract 0.444, you will get 17,499.506, and you can verify for the other regions also. So you can see here we can also use custom aggregation function within the group by method, and we can get the desired output. Till now we have done an example where we had only one numerical function, and on top of it we have applied different type of aggregation functions. For example, we have done our analysis only on sales numerical variable, and where we have calculated sum, min, max, mean, standard deviation, and so on. We did not analyze profit variable at all. So let's say we want to have multi-variables analysis in the group by function, then how we are going to do it? It's very simple. Multi underscore df dot group by pass your categorical variable region, call your ag function, and then for sales we want to see mean sales and median sales. And this time we also want to analyze a profit variable, and we want to see sum of profit, min and max profit by category. Let's run the code. Sorry, here I have made a mistake. I mentioned profit. It is the max. Now let's run the code. multi_df, and you can see here we have the output where we have the analysis for sales as well as the profit. For sales it is mean and median only, whereas for profit we have the total sum of profit, min profit and max profit by region. In this example we have got our desired output, but you can see here it is multi-index, naming conventions are not good, and that is the main problem. We have seen examples where we can fix all these issues, but you have to write multiple lines of the code, and it can be a manual process, or you have to write a code where you have to clean the data or transform the column names in a more user-friendly way. However, since Pandas 1.1.0, one can pass named keyword arguments directly into the aggregate function. What does it mean? Let's see that by doing an example, and we can get rid of all these issues. Let's create a clean underscore data frame. Now what we can do is we will be passing category and sub underscore category, and let's pass as underscore index equal to false and aggregate function. Okay, now let's say you want to calculate total sales. So let's create a new variable called total sales equal to, and pass a tuple where it is sales comma sum. Let's say you also want to create average sales. So you created a new column called average sales equal to, and you pass again the column sales and mean. Now let's say you want to calculate median profit equal to profit and median, and let's run the code. A spelling mistake, GORY, and let's see the output, clean underscore df. And you can see by using named keyword arguments, we don't have to rename the columns. It is more readable. We got rid of multi-index. So this is cleaner, more readable and less verbose. And you will find most of the data analysts use GroupBy in this particular way. They use named keyword arguments. You create the variable at the same time. You can use multi aggregation functions or the statistical function, whatever you want to use, and you can pass and you can analyze any of the variable you want. And this is like the best way or the professional way to use GroupBy function for data analysis purpose. And that wraps up our deep dive into Pandas GroupBy, from simple aggregation to custom functions and some real world use cases, you now have everything you need to use GroupBy like a pro. So thank you so much guys, and have a good day.